3 minutes to summarize, please do that.
You will serve me, my Lord. And also, the professor talked about law. Let me now give him law, which I don't think he knows. My lords and my ladies, I'm asking you to apply a precautionary principle. A precautionary principle is a principle of environmental law. But this principle has now been translated. It is used in matters of security. On our part, we invaded Somalia when Kibaki was in power because of this precautionary principle. And I'm inviting you very respectfully that you apply that principle, a precautionary principle, when considering the matter under the Article 145 and Article 150. Under Article 145 and Article 150, having in mind the security of the country, so that we do not have protests in the streets of Nairobi, which will destabilize the country and which will put all of us in an embarrassing position. Your Honor, with respect, I'm asking you again, apply that precautionary principle. And when we ask you to get out of this case, we are applying that precautionary principle, that we do not want certain evil people in the streets of Nairobi shouting, Hatujapata justice.
That is a threat.
Thank you very much.
That is a threat.
That's what?
That is a threat. Don't threaten us.
What's precautionary principle is not a threat. Yeah. And
My Lord. Yes.
I would have liked to go on further.
No, please sit down.
And may I say with tremendous respect, my Lord, may I say with tremendous respect, I'm very well read. Thank you.
My Lord, Your Lordship, there's one urgent issue that I would like to draw the attention of this honorable court to before the court rises. My Lord, in petition 565, there were conservatory orders granted by your brother, Mr. Justice Chacha Mwita, on the 18th of October. But they expire today at midnight. My Lords, the purpose of the conservatory orders were to preserve the purpose of the conservatory orders were to preserve May I continue, my Lord? The conservatory orders preserve the substratum of the petition and the interlocutory orders application in order for the court to have time to consider
Yes, please.
my Lord,
You're listening.
I was waiting for my Lord Murima, not Mulema, to preserve the substratum, to accord the court time to hear submissions on the weighty issues of law of the Constitution. So my plea is that you extend those orders because they were to expire tonight.
Any response? No. Can we get one response only? Just one response.
My Lord, very briefly. In relation to the question of the conservatory orders, the court will remember that we also filed an application under certificate of urgency on the question of conservatory orders. If at all it is now their changed position that the issue as to whether they can be extended or not should be brought before the bench, we are willing, ready, and able to argue it right now.
Well, these are orders that have been granted. They were enforced. There is nothing to argue. We have not come to the applications. In fact, there are another 2 applications for conservatory orders. And I assume that the application by the Attorney General, the Senate, and by the National Assembly for the discharge of the conservatory orders, you'll be here together with these other 2 applications.
No.
I am addressing the court, not the bar.
My lords, if this court is bad for something, it is bad for everything. Until you have ruled on your own suitability to hear the matter, you cannot address any substance.
You are right, Professor Dithu. We meet you tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the ruling.
Thank you. They done their own work.
ya kwamba basi majaji hao wanapaswa
filed on the 24th of October, the same Obuli Namenya. You will note that the signature of the said Obuli Namenya is now different from the affidavit, from the signature in his supporting affidavit. So that we now have 3 different signatures, one of the advocate, one of the supporting affidavit, and one of the father affidavit. Your lordships, all these signatures are different. But the drama does not stop there. I invite you again to go to the supporting affidavit of Obuli Namenya, sworn on the 22nd of October 2024. That affidavit is commissioned by an advocate called John Muoka Advocate. Your lordships, I had occasion this afternoon to go into the LSK search engine, and I was surprised to learn that the said Commission of Oaths is an inactive advocate. He has not practiced law since 2018. My lords, this is the material that has been presented before you. My client will not apply to strike